Thanks, Joshua. Such a very nice introduction. I am privileged to be joined by two amazing women who will help facilitate this discussion today. But before I introduce them, I just want to give just a little bit of background info about the topic we will be discussing today. And it's important to me that we have these frank discussions as an opportunity to really dive into these topics and to really have the opportunity to hear from people who are very much affected by these protective factors in their lives. And I've gone out of presenter mode for just a second because it wouldn't let me progress my slide, but hopefully you can still see my screen. Parent leadership in particular and partnerships that we have with our parents are key to making strengthening families into a national movement. But why is it important to build those partnerships with parents and families? Well, the family will be the center of the child's life from the very beginning, and working with parents gives us the opportunity to have a more holistic view of how to support and strengthen families. And we know highly involved families almost double the positive odds for their children in education, health promotion, and social emotional development. So when families are highly involved, we have the opportunity to see the positive outcomes quite literally in their children. So it's important for us to encourage parents to not just be involved, but to stay involved in this work. And their participation will make the difference that could lead to better ideas suited for their particular family's needs. So it's important to ask parents what they want and what they need from the program and services that we're offering. To frame it in terms of the protective factors, we can ask questions like, what is difficult and challenging to you particularly about parenting? How can we, as those helping you and supporting you, welcome you more easily as parents into this work and into this collaboration? How can we help you to feel more comfortable in asking for help or advice? Even questions like, how can we reach out and support families better when they're feeling moments of overwhelming stress and are feeling isolated? How can we do better? How can we make it easier for parents to connect with each other and learn from each other and feel those strengths and supports? So thanks to our friends at United Way of Utah County for sharing this image with us, and it's courtesy of the Children's Trust Fund Alliance. And I like this idea of bringing parents quite literally into the equation. So as we look at the letters involved in spelling parents, our partners here at United Way of Utah County have shown us that P can stand for provide. We provide those options that are flexible for a family's work and family schedule. We need to be patient with the process because it's so worth it. The results are worth it if it's a true collaboration with the families. So A in parents can stand for ask. When you know what a parent needs, it's so much easier for us to help them. So we need to be able to feel comfortable asking to work with them and to have them give us their buy-in for working together as a team. And the R in parents can stand for relationships. To be a true partner, we have to build those authentic relationships. We have to become a sincere friend that our families can turn to, that they'll feel comfortable enough to come to us if they stand in need of some help. And the E in parents can stand for encourage. We encourage parents by recognizing their individual strengths, by calling out when we see positive, wonderful things happening in their family and encouraging them to do more. And the N in parents can stand for nurture. We nurture parents and we nurture their very strengths. We need to listen to their thoughts and really apply them, acknowledge and validate their ideas when we're in this collaborating for their best interests. And we need to implement the parents' recommendations and ideas whenever we can within the process. And the T in parents is trust. So parents and those of us attempting to help families need to find a trust between each other, a trust and a respect, and taking the time to actually get to know each other. And as trust becomes possible through these interactions, the strengths of each partner really come out and really shine, and it becomes that wonderful collaboration that we would all hope for. And the final letter, S, succeed. A partnership will succeed when both of our partners are committed to learning from each other and truly listening to get to know each other and listening to each other's ideas. And sometimes we have to be prepared to change our minds and our point of view, because we may find a better way that works for this individual family and a solution that will help strengthen them and eventually strengthen others within their communities. So just a few little tips as we head into our presentation with my wonderful, have newly become friends, Brenda and Maria. I've had the wonderful opportunity of getting to know them just a bit over this process of chatting together. And they are wonderful women who are doing amazing things in Utah County and in their communities. Brenda Hernandez was born in Mexico, and she has a daughter, and actually she has two beautiful daughters that she's been working through the protective factors within her family. And Maria Garcia is also from Mexico and living in Utah County as well. And she continues to work in her community to help parents and community members reinforce the protective factors and continues to connect families with resources and help throughout her community. So a huge shout out to these amazing women. And we'll just dive in with some questions to help you get a sense of how the protective factors, and in particular, concrete supports in time of need, have really come to benefit their work and their family lives. So welcome, Brenda and Maria. And I'll just dive in with a question actually for both of you. Maybe we can start with Brenda. So both of you were connected at different points in your lives to Barbara Levitt and United Way of Utah County. I know she holds a special place in both of your hearts. Would you, Brenda, first briefly share what led you in your life and connected you to Barb and to United Way of Utah County?
Well, the first time that I get connected with United Way was when my first daughter born. Many people tell me that they're going to have problems to speak because she's going to be confused in the language. So I start to find resources to help my daughter, but I find ready to learn, and it's amazing place for me because I didn't know that I get depression when my daughter's born. So was a good place to meet other mothers and have a safety place, and I learned how help my daughter. And she was 1.5 years, and she was very she talked a lot, even in English and Spanish, and she never get any problem about talking.
Oh, that's great. Thank you. Yes, I mean, I understand, you know, as a postpartum and going through depression and being able to be connected with resources must have been really important, especially as you wanted to start your daughter off on a healthy path. So thank you. Maria. Oh, yes.
And when I wasn't ready to learn, I meet a person that started visiting in my home.
Oh, they came and visited you in your home. Mm-hmm. Wonderful. Well, that I'm sure that was quite helpful. Great. Is there anything else you wanted to share
No.
before I move on to Brenda? Brenda, why don't you give us just a quick little synopsis of what led you to reaching out to receive resources and to help your community?
First is first because I have some necessities, so I try to find things that I need to fix, and then I start meet many people that have the same question or the same problems that I have, and they are shy to ask, and so that's why I start. Hey, we have to come here. We have this. We are not alone. Only you have to talk.
Yes. And Maria, how about you?
I'm sorry. Yeah. Hello, everyone. I'm Maria. I got the struggles this morning trying to get in my computer, and I just jumped on my phone, and I just I'm so sorry for that. So I met a Barbara. First at all, she said for this meeting we're going to have interpreter. So I hope you understand our English. We're gonna try to express our best, but still we are on level. I think Brenda I and level 3, but
Yeah.
we are we're gonna keep going learning because we love to learn and we would like to speak better. We can understand a lot, but to take the words out is hard to find. Yeah, but I met Jeanette Moss. She's a friend of Barbara. I think it was like about 12 years ago. They were neighbors back then, and they invited me to this cafe they was organizing on Utah County, different events for childs, and I just started joining the meetings. But yeah, but then I was alone without kids because my kids were older to be there. Like yeah, my kids were teen already. But yeah, I enjoy to see Barbara because she's very patient whatever she's doing. She's very concerned with people. She always was in touch, and she was always looking for the ways to help people. She never let anyone unwelcome or behind. She was always there. I was watching her, and she was inspiring. And every meeting, I just was watching her taking notes, talking with people, playing with kids, and everything. So she makes me think like I want to be like her, like be with people and be so loved. Yeah. So it is how the when I met her back then. I didn't know. I know that she was working as a social worker or something, but I didn't know what was the work about until I saw, because there was a time that we went together to the park, and she was talking with the people that she didn't know on the park. She was talking with parents and asking about the kids and stuff. Like she was really open, really really welcome. So yeah, so she's very nice person. I love her so much. That's when I met her. Yeah.
It's amazing how we can become fast friends with individuals as we watch them do amazing and important work. So, and I appreciate you both being here and being willing to share your experiences. So what advice, Brenda, do you give other parents and community members who are going through difficult times themselves?
I think everybody have sometimes in their life hard times. That don't be shy, and it's better to um, talk with somebody, and you want to rest. I'm sorry, maybe I don't. My English is not good, but I try to know that you have to talk. You're going to find someone that is going to help you in many ways that you never. If you talk, the magic is going to appear, and it's going to be easy the process. I know it's hard to talk, but it's going to be better.
That's great advice. Always to just be bold and be out there, right, Brenda?
Mhm.
Perfect. How about you, Maria? What advice do you give people in your community?
Yeah, well, I before I start being close with the communities, I was very shy person. Like I never talked to anyone, never opened myself to anyone because I don't want to feel like a vulnerable. I think something like that. But right now, I like to see people and talk to people and see them through their eyes, and show them. Doesn't matter if your struggle that you have is little or is big. Like it could be happen to anyone, and there is always an opportunity to heal. Like there is always people willing to help. You just get it, open your heart, and yeah, there is a help ahead of us. Like even when when the night is so dark, then the sun comes. So don't worry, just hang it that there, and together we can find, like connections with more people and find the ways how to you can get the help. Yeah, and show them that you are important.
Mhm.
You yeah, you deserve always be better for you, for your family, and you are as important even if you don't know for where to start. We're gonna find the way. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. That even if you don't know where to start, we'll find a way and we'll do it together, right? We'll figure it out when we have each other as support. Thank you both. Let's go back to you, Brenda. What concrete supports do you feel were helpful to you, and how have those strengthened? How have you strengthened these supports in your life?
Well, I find many supports in different times of my life, but the most uh, recent, reciente, ¿cómo se dice, María? Reciente. The most, oh,
She's asking me, and yeah,
no,
recently.
the most recently is that Barbara teach me, yeah, that even you have a hard time, you 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 can succeed in making happen better. If you don't know how to start, like Maria said, well, now I know I have a very good friends that I can ask and show me the way. But many years ago was hard to start because I was shy too. Like I'm still shy, but I'm less because in many years ago I in a broken English I don't be here. And now we have to say to the people that we have hard times, but we can make it. We have to be patient, but it's hard to say, be patient, everything is gonna be good. It's hard when you are in the situation, but if you ask for help and talk to the people, you're going to see many blessings. And now I can say thank you for the hard times that I live because I'm another person. Another person. I'm more positive.
Mm.
Even I try, I ask for help and I find the help. Maybe it don't come in the time that I more stressed, but the right help, I find the right help.
Thank you. No, I think it's your point is so important that sometimes the biggest and most important concrete supports we can have are each other, right? I mean, resources and services are very important, but concrete supports can sometimes tie very closely to our social connections and to people that are so important for support. So I appreciate that. Maria, oh yes, go ahead, Brenda.
And now, the lady that visited my home many years ago, when my oldest daughter is 15, just start visit me when my daughter was like 8 months. We are very friends. we are family.
Oh,
We are family. And we are from other countries, so we make family here. And like my social visit, we many years ago that she don't have to come visit, but we are still friends. And if I need something, I know that I can call her and she tell me what the right things to do. So if we talk, we're going to make family here. That is very help for the people that come from different countries.
that's beautiful. Maria, in your work within your community, what are some of the resources that you've provided other families, or how have you helped your community members to feel better supported?
Yeah, well, yeah, the community that I have been working on is in my church. Yeah, I didn't know about all these resources until United Way until barely last year. But I have been working in churches since like as a volunteer. I think it was like 10 years ago. Our people, our community is most of them are immigrants too, and they are dealing with a lot of struggles, like could be work, financial, emotional, health, mental health, and things like that. Sometimes to pay to raise money, we made this sales of food. In wintertime, tamales is the best. We can sell tamales, and we can cover, the bills to pay for surgeries for something. So we organize with parents, and you cook this thing, and we make the sell. And ourselves we find clients, and we start selling stuff to help them when it's financial. And mental health, I met a friend in church, and she was telling me about she was getting therapy by Zoom with a therapist down there in Mexico, because in here we need the mental health, but it's so hard to. We don't have most of us. We don't have uh, mm, we don't have
Possibility?
the bill. It could be well, a seguro médico,
Yeah,
The money, the funding,
medical insurance.
medical.
medical.
So
There you go.
pay for the basic, like for consultations to the doctor, checkouts and everything is expensive, but therapy is high to reach it. So she was telling me about that, and I told her I want to see that therapist. So I start seeing her once a week and by Zoom, and I was feeling great. Then after a few months after, we start taking with my husband as a couple therapy and via Zoom. But it was nice because she sent to us like a books and PDF so we can read the book. She sent us the question to do. It was perfect, except there was no presential. We are by Zoom, but it was helping us a lot. And my kids are older. The oldest is 28 years old, and my youngest is 17. And with my two olders, I never had a struggle until 2 years ago. My daughter started with a panic attack and depression, and I was overwhelmed. Like I didn't know what to do. Sometimes I was sitting in bed and crying because it happens through the holidays, and it's so hard to find the help right away. Plus, I didn't know what I was looking for. I just took her and take her to the hospital, and like I don't know what to do. And I was trying to book an appointment, and because the holidays, they said the most closer one they have is in a month, and I was scared to just leaving for a work and leave her like that because she wasn't eating. She lost like 20 pounds, and she was really bad, and it was so struggle. So my therapist then in Mexico, she started seeing her, and it helps her a lot. It helps her a lot. And then after that, I there was a month that happened, and I find and the Mountain Line Community Center in Provo, I found a psychologist that he was watching her really good. Yeah, and after that, I know what to do, and I know what to refer to the parents. So every time when I I get the opportunity, because sometimes when you are where you are having some struggle and you pass to that, like you are going through something, for some reason there is more people who comes to you to ask you questions and what to do and to share experience. I'm having this struggle with my boy, and now I can give them the advice and give her the phone number or the person who helped me. But I talked to my therapist and I said, you know what, I'm going to launch a lot of people to you, but I don't know if you can handle. And she said, don't worry, because I know more psychologists in here and I can refer to them. So you just send them to me, because I want to help people, but when it's mental, I can do nothing, because even if I hear them, I can get the help. They need to see seen by the professional. So I was leading to them. So it was really nice to see people getting better, understanding what's going on and going through struggles. So this is something that, yeah, the chest pop in times of need, and then the things that happen after is worth it. Yeah.
Yes, and I appreciate the fact that you're willing to let other people know that they're not going through these challenges and situations alone, so they know to come to you because they've seen that you've gone through these experiences and you may have some ways of helping them or getting them to the right resources too. So I think that's beautiful. Brenda, you mentioned briefly about your home visitor and how important she's been to you over the years. I wondered if you could share with our audience today specific ways that she showed you that she cares and that you're important to her.
Well, she visit the first years, uh, every week, and we are talking and feel more comfortable. So we start sharing the very personal situation, even that she has, and then we start a friendship. That's not only my home visitor; she's my friend, and even and she know me very well. So sometimes that she don't have to come to my home, but she know that something happened in the community that is going to help me. She called me and tell me, hey, it's gonna be this, I think you are interesting. And the years pass and we start growing that more than visit friendship. Mhm. And she's part of my family now. We know, I think I have more family here than in my country, because the life can be person that I meet and we're still sharing personal situation and we are very strong.
Yes, and I agree. You sort of build the family where you are, and I think that's not just a testament to your community, but a testament to you as a person, that people want to be there as part of your family. And I remember you saying also that your home visitor began learning Spanish over the years so that she could better communicate with you.
Yeah, because she was a nurse, because in that program they have social workers, but for me they have to visit like it's a social worker and a nurse, but she only speak a few words in Spanish. Yeah.
No, that's perfect. I love that. I feel like sometimes we expect people to always, uh, function in such a way that everyone should be the same. Everyone should be expected to have fluent English, and everyone should be expected to fall into certain categories. But I love that your home visitor realized that she wanted to come to you and she wanted to be a better support for you while you're going through these situations. So I think that's beautiful.
And now she speak very well Spanish. Let me know.
Now she speaks very well. Well, you speak very well in your English as well. So you both.
She's better in Spanish, but it's good. She started with a few words, but I
No, that's beautiful. Well, thank you. Brenda, I wonder if you can, or excuse me, Maria, I wonder if you can, if we can pivot just a little bit, and if you can help us to, what are ways that you have been able to help within your community to let people know that it's okay to ask for help? Because I know that's a huge challenge for many of us as parents. We're just used to trying to keep our head down and just deal with things as they're happening, and we feel almost guilty about asking other people for help. How have you been able to help people to understand that not only is it okay to ask for help, but it's actually a wonderful positive sign that they're asking for help?
Yeah, that is a huge, because we through the years we're building like a barriers. So we just like block ourselves, trying to pretend everything is okay. And to talk to person, you gotta make them. I gotta make them when we are in any conversation very confident. Like you can trust me. Like you can be open. Like that whatever we talk together, I'm not gonna say it to another person what's going on, but we need help because that is a red light. Like we can do it ourselves. There's the resources are there. We just need to reach for it, and don't care about what people say, what people talk. You gotta focus on your health and your family and just keep going. Yeah. But yeah, I gotta be sometimes I can talk with some people over the phone, but many times I gotta visit them in person and just let them talk and make them feel comfortable until they open. But sometimes people they can be open over the phone. You can hear them cry and talk to you. But sometimes you just gotta stop and visit them and take a yeah. Sometimes there is no time, but you make the time. When you want to do something, you make the time and be there. And I just sit and listen, like don't saying anything because I don't want to like open in me myself and talk and talk and talk. I just want to listen and just hear important things and comment to them like you know what this is I think this is going on, and there is help in here, and there's a person that can help you, and there's many things that you can do as a yeah. But
Beautiful.
prayer is hard because some people they just keep pretending that nothing is happening, like nothing has happened, and they just close. I had got a really close friend that her son was diagnostic on the school with autistic on the
Autistic.
school, and she blocked herself like a she was pretending there is nothing wrong with him, but he was obviously when you saw him no normal, acting not normal, like he was scared every time when it's rain and things like that. And she stopped sending him to school when it was raining days because she said like he was sick and things are like that. And she changed the number, she changed the address, and I was like visiting her and sometimes knocking her door before that, and she never opened the door because she was blocking herself. Like it was really hard for her, and it was blocking herself. And I said, well, I am the person who never give up, but yeah, sometimes people they block themselves, and it is hard to go through them.
Well, I appreciate that you weren't going to give up, that you wanted to make sure that you were able to be there for her and continue being there for her until she's ready. And sometimes it takes a little bit of time, I would imagine. I want to ask you both a question. Many of us on this meeting today work to help families as best we can who are going through challenging and difficult situations. I wonder what advice you can give us to better show the families we're working with that we really do care and that we want to help them. What advice can you give each of us working with families that can help us to be better at showing families we truly care? How about we start with you, Brenda?
I think like be friends that open to that helps like for me to open my heart and say the things that I need or that I feel. Because if I see you like only like home visit, I going to put like only want to show you these things. I don't want it to. I think be friends, maybe that makes takes a little the time, but then I believe that it's gonna be amazing and
No,
a
that
very in a change maybe for both going to learn and you're going to help a lot.
oh, I think you're right. When we become a friend with somebody, you're right. It's not just one way of a friendship. We end up learning and growing from each other both ways. I
Yeah.
appreciate that. Maria, what about for you? What can we as people helping families, what can we do better? What can we learn through your experiences?
Through my experience, you are doing so good. I think everything, because I have been in many meetings, and I feel I haven't felt welcome
Mhm.
and here, and always I can see people cares, taking notes, asking questions, and making us all feel great to be in there, and keep us on touch, like sending messages by text, or meeting is about or something. There is a lot of people really good trying to help us. Sometimes I think is like you said, both ways. Sometimes I think is that people who needs that to be there, they are not just really open. I think the advice I have is just don't lose the patient. We will be there. Don't lose the patient, because sometimes it's like sometimes you get water and you wanna give water to people, but there is a lot of people they don't feel their thirst, like they just don't get the water. Yeah, and sometimes it's people, because I having the same struggles every time when I invite someone and I keep in touch and they just don't show an interest anymore, and I feel like I'm pressing them, and I feel like come on, there's something good they gonna learn, and they just block themselves. I think it's because our culture, the macho tradition, they don't do nothing the mothers along until they talk with their husbands or things like that, and they they are no, or they're all open. But I think the meetings are so good, because the ones I have been is so welcome, and there is always a lot of the information with every people in every chat and every table that we set. We can share, even if they don't understand us. They said talk in Spanish, and we're gonna try to catch out what you're saying, like you are catching. Yeah, both ways. But I think you are doing great job. Yeah.
Oh, I think that's beautiful. Thank you. I know that there's a lot of wonderful work and many with expertise in this area, but your perspectives, Brenda and Maria, are really what this is all about. You're the families, you're the communities, you're what we're trying to do our best to support and assist in any way we can. And we can't do it without wonderful people like you. And I want to ask you one more question before we open it up to some questions from our audience members. And this one, I feel like you've touched on in different ways, but I want to give you the opportunity to expand just a bit. You both have formed such a beautiful friendship that has come about through all of this work, and has come about through challenging times too within your families and your communities. How has this friendship between the two of you added to your lives? We'll start with you, Brenda.
Well, that's the magic that the life sometimes happens, because I know Maria because Barbara invite us to a project, and I tell Maria that I feel that I know for her for many, many, many years. I feel so comfortable to talk and plan activities and work together. And what like magic? I think I say Maria that is a blessing that God gives me because sometimes I don't feel good and I was working with her and she always have the right words. So she's a blessing for me. She's a very working woman. She's amazing and the life and Barbara gives me the opportunity to meet her. And I love Maria so much.
I love you, Brenda.
Maria, what are your thoughts?
Well, we met with Brenda only, can you believe it, only like a few months ago by the coffee training. Yeah, we met together for first time. I think it was last October. I think it was the first time. And
September.
it's like as she said, it's like we have been friends from forever, since our childhood.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brenda, she's really sweet. She's very genuine. She's always looking for to see the people better. She's always she's so love and to like to cheer up on people, make them feel better, look for opportunities. Yeah, she's amazing as a person, and I feel so blessed to have her in my life too. We can cry together. We can, and we're gonna make a 5K run for her together because it's something that she wants to do, and I want to do it with her even if we walk or cry, but we're gonna get to the finish line this year as our goal. But our friendship has been so more strong than when it was in the beginning. There was a event that she went to California, and I couldn't go with her. And I was thinking of her and cheering her up, and I was felt so happy for her. All the things, yeah, that she was doing. She's like my sister. Yeah, I love.
Oh, well, ladies, you are both a testament to the power of friendship, the power of this bond that challenges sometimes can unite in us. And it's the beautiful part that comes of it. And I appreciate your openness and your willingness. And I think we have time, maybe, Joshua, if you want to pose one question, unfortunately, from the chat bar to
not a problem. And this is actually one that a lot of participants are probably really interested in. How do you encourage someone to reach out when they're hesitant to get the help from others? And that's from D.
Maria or Brenda, do you want to?
Can you repeat the question again?
Not a problem. I'm going to take this a little bit slower since I'm in a different location. But how do you encourage, or how would you encourage someone to reach out when they are hesitant to accept help from other people like this?
I like to encourage people to motivating them. With the motivating that we don't know anything, as soon as we learn something new, we know that there's a lot of things that we don't know. And we can help each other by recommending a book, a meeting, a person, or whatever, but to reach someone there is a lot of knowledge that we need to learn. That we need to learn how to educate our kids since little, how communicate with our teens, how to be close to our grandkids or whoever. Yeah, like I just like to when I encourage people, I like to let them know like there is a lot of things that we can learn to make our families stronger, like our connections stronger. So our kids, every time when they need something, or a husband or family, they come to us and talk to us and open to us, and not to other person that who doesn't not love them as same as we do. No, like yeah, like that.
Brenda, is there anything you would like to add? Maria, thank you.
Uh, only tell the people that everything is gonna be fine, that together we're going to find a way, that they're not alone. Even if I don't know how to do it, we're going to find a way.
We'll figure it out together,
Yeah.
all of us, right? Well, ladies, I know that I have been so lucky to have been connected with both of you and to be able to learn from you, to hear your stories, your bravery, my goodness. And I apologize if there was supposed to be a translator. That was probably on me, but I must say, I know I can say this on behalf of everybody. You both, your English abilities to not just, you know, say what you're hoping to say, but to express your feelings and your emotions, beautifully done, ladies. And we really appreciate your willingness to, as I said, be open and share your experiences and help us to know how to better serve those families and parents that we work with. And we want to thank you on behalf of Prevent Child Abuse Utah, on behalf of all of us involved, for being so willing and so open to sharing and helping us grow in the process. And I think Joshua put up the link for everyone to drop your feedback on today's session with Brenda, Maria, and myself. Go to that Google link, and we appreciate you attending. And thanks again, Brenda and Maria. And for those of you on the call, if you want to jump in your reactions and let Brenda and Maria know how you feel based off of today's session and the appreciation that you feel for them too. And otherwise, thanks everybody.